Now the next step, and one of the most important steps, is seasoning the meat. So I'm going to start with a little pepper. Season the chicken and the sausage. Just dash it around, get it in there nice and even. Minced onion, now you want to use the large setting for this where the hole's kind of large so that all this kind of comes out of here. Spread that around really good. Celery salt, small holes. And this is kind of a green spice, but it's powdery. It's not a leafy spice. A few bay leaves, you want to use the big setting. Get them in there nice and even. And that's just for seasoning for taste. Rosemary flakes, same thing. Get some rosemary flakes spread around there nice and even. Now the thyme flakes. This you want to use the small setting for because these are little bitty cuts of leaves. And then oregano. You want to use the small setting on that, I believe. Now go ahead and use the large. Get it in there nice and even. And then lemon pepper. Season that up nice. And this is going to spread out pretty evenly through this cooking. But it's also going to, I'm cooking the flavors of these seasonings into the meat. But it's also going to stay with it while it's cooking in the oven in the casserole dish, because we still got 30 minutes of that. So that's a very important step. I'm not going to necessarily season the mushrooms, but I definitely want my meat seasoned. Turn my shrimp down a little bit, between medium and low. And I've got everything just simmering now, so we'll catch up in a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the process where I empty the boudin into the colander here, the strainer, and spoon it into my casserole dish. So here's the casserole dish, and it is a 9 by 13. It's by Pyrex. The boudin is completely boiled. And here's what it looks like in the pot. Still got a little bit of water in there, but that's okay because I'm fixing to strain it all out. And what you do is you pour it away from you so you don't get burned. I found that out the hard way one time. And if it doesn't all come out, you just take your spoon and scoop it. It should be okay. Come along there. Okay. Now you got it all in the colander. It's straining. I'm going to put the pot on a different burner. I turned off all of my burners except the one that the boudin was cooking on. And now it's off. And you just kind of shimmy it and let all the moisture come out. And you spoon it from the top because that's where it's the driest into the casserole dish. Like this. And you spread an evenly thin layer on the bottom of the casserole dish. I'm running out of battery and time, so I'll show you exactly what I have whenever the bottom layer is full. Now I'm going to show you pretty much what the casserole looks like. That's just the bottom layer right there. It's nicely and evenly spread. I'm spreading it from this bowl, the strainer, and here's the ingredients I'm going to add next. The chicken, the mushrooms, the sausage, and the shrimp. It's been nicely boiled and ready to go. And we will return as soon as all that's done. Now that I've got all of the shrimp, mushroom, sausage, and chicken in the casserole, I'm going to finish spooning some more off the top to cover it up. By the way, I ended up not using my hands because it's hot. Just came off the oven, or off the stove. Anyway, I'm gonna stick this in the oven for 30 minutes. About 25 minutes into baking it on 375, I'm gonna put cheese on it and let the cheese melt for the last 5 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like as soon as that's done. Well, I got it cooked. I'm about to take it out of the oven right now to see how well it looks. Got the cheese on it at 25 minutes into the cook. Baked it for 30 altogether. And this looks delish. Here's what it looks like. All nice and still steaming hot. A little wet, because not all the water boils out. But as it cools out, as it cools off, the water kind of just settles in the dish. Close the oven, turn it off, and there we go. Thank you for joining me. I will be doing some pickup video to this lovely dish while we're at the Thanks and Giving Banquet and get some feedback on how it tastes from some of the Okay, I'm Douglas Mahaffey. Got the dish done, got it here. I'm fixing to show it to you in just a second, but I'm going to be putting the recipe on film as I get it mixed and loaded and everything. But here we go. Cheesy on top, beefy and porky on the bottom. We're going to get some feedback in a little bit to see how people like it. Anyway, that's the Boudin Casserole. These are some of the other dishes that people brought for the banquet, the Thanks and Giving Banquet. This is the salad and fruit and vegetable table. Here's the casserole table, one of the casserole tables anyway.
And I walked by her. I had her for
nice sweet potato.
Because, you know, when we got there from Reagan, from Hamilton, they changed her from
like that is some collard greens, mustard greens or something.
Yeah.
Nice. Another casserole table. And green bean salad. Gluten-free stuffing. We won't be eating any of that. Gluten-free, we like gluten. Pea salad. There's my boudin. This is for my cooking.
Your food?
It's for my cooking show.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube.
I didn't know you were doing a cooking show.
Well, I am now.
Oh, okay.
This is my first entry. That is awesome tater salad. You ready to eat, Miss Susan? All right. Who can forget the favorite course, dessert? Who brought the chocolate goodies? Brownies. Kind of hard to keep your hands off of that one. This would be mystery surprise. I'm sure that's the turkey. Or is that the turkey?
Here is a turkey right here. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
And ooh, my favorite of all time, Hearts Rolls.
I know.
Nice.
They're gonna go fast, you know.
Yeah. Especially if I get to them first. So how'd you like that boudin?
It was really good.
Really good?
Yes.
Anything else?
Nope.
Too spicy?
Not really.
Have a bit of a bite to it?
Yes.
Yes. With a mouthful of food. How was that Boudin Casserole? Good? Carrie, what's your Boudin Casserole? That's 3 yes votes. Honey? Boudin Casserole?
Definitely.
Definitely? Definitely what?
It's great.
Thank you. In court, how was the Boudin? Was it that good?
It was wonderful.
You got the Boudin?
Highly recommend the boudin.
Cool.
The boudin was awesome.
Awesome.
My sister got the boudin.
Your sister got the Boudin?
She ate the boudin, you know, because it's good, you know.
It's good back there, you know.
Yeah, he must have been
Eso.
all day long in that kitchen cutting those onions.
It takes about an hour and a half to do it. Yeah, this is for YouTube.
I'm gonna go to YouTube.
Lula knows how to cook soul food that will make you slap that gray out of you.
Yeah, put it on your head, it'll slap your brain, it'll beat your brains out trying to get to it, huh?
Look,
Yep.
these are the ones that Bernie got married.
Oh, that is so
Yep.
sweet.
In the camera. How was the Boudin Caserole?
It was great.
You liked it?
Thank you so much.
Was it too spicy?
A little bit, but it's okay.
A little bit hot? Any add tos or take away from? What would I do? What would you do different?
Bigger shrimp.
Bigger shrimp, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing
Thank you.
else. Don't change nothing else.
Awesome, thank you. I'm Douglas Mahaffey, and this has been My Little Kitchen.